Oh my gosh, I am fired up today. So buckle up because I just got some things and thoughts that I want to lay out onto your heart and put out there for us all to just kind of simmer on today, this week, whenever you're listening to this. And so first and foremost, in case anybody on here is new to my world, I am Megan Helly. I am a branding photographer, confidence coach, and podcaster, YouTuber. That's a new space in my world. So just really wanted to get on here and kind of, when I have something on my heart, I know that others need to hear it. Hey, Jan. Hello. So good to see your name and your face pop through. I am fired up this morning because I had my kind of standing Wednesday morning meeting, and it was so igniting that I just felt like this message and this thought needed to go further. And I titled this live, "You Have the Power," because there's something beautiful about remembering that we intrinsically have what we need pretty much exclusively within ourselves, right? We take things from other people, we learn, we have resources, we cultivate these experiences and knowledge in our lives. But we at the core of it all have the power to do a lot of beautiful things in this life, in this world, for ourselves, for others, in our business, all of the things. And when we take a moment to recognize how we can kind of tap into and recognize that power is when we can be, I want to say limitless. That sounds really big and lofty, but it's a beautiful word. So really, we can be just bounding into our goals and the things that we want to do. And so today, the sentiment of our meeting and kind of a video we watched from the beautiful, really inspiring Mel Robbins was the idea that, there's no getting out of having hard days, hard times, stress, all of that. But what are you going to do with it, right? How are we going to take a moment and go, yeah, that's happening, but I'm going to still do X, Y, or Z. And so as an example for myself right now, I am in a mode where I've wanted to invite back really, really intentional movement into my days for health, for my confidence, for stretching my comfort zone, all the things. And I started taking dance classes just about a month ago-ish, right? I don't even know. Time is like an illusion at this moment. And there's been times when I just have not wanted to go. I have not wanted to be there. I wanted to not just go. It was too cold. I'm sore. I'm tired. And so many times I came up against these excuses, and the power within me had to say, am I going to let that win, or am I going to win this battle? And I was talking about on our meeting that excuses and reality coexist, right? Our excuse could be a reality. For instance, it's really cold outside and I don't it doesn't feel good to go out there. It is cold. That is reality. But the fact that I'm looking at it as it's something that should be a barrier or that I can't overcome or that should keep me from doing something is an excuse. So if we can start to understand that excuses and reality just kind of are together as one, we have more of a leg up, if you will, on how to navigate that. Because once I realize, okay, there is reality to this statement that I'm thinking, feeling, using, but I still have the ability to debunk it, make a different choice, create something different because of it, through it, whatever you want to say. Good morning, River. Then we are able to make that shift or make the change that is the best for us in that time, right? And for me, coming up against that, it's something, the goal on the other end of it is something that I want to attain. I want to attain moving my body more intentionally, stretching my comfort zones, getting a little bit more fit and comfortable in my body. And so the cold and the excuses of all that were not strong enough for me to not say, you know what, on the other side of this is where I want to be, who I want to be. Sorry about my dog barking. She always has, her just beautiful timing. Harlow. So how do we get to that, right? How do we navigate when our minds are going to do that to us often. It's going to do that to us, whether it's simple things, big things, all the things. We're going to have these butting up battles, yeah? And it's not going to be fun. Yeah, they want to be on the live. She probably does. I'm surprised she's not sitting right here. In fact, I should just be like, come on. Like, I don't know. She gets in her own mind sometimes. Harlow, come here. Come here. So this is real life, guys. My excuse could be, hey, my dog's barking. I'm going to close this up. And part of me wants to do that because I don't want to be a nuisance. I don't want to be, right, distracted. I don't want you to be annoyed by the barking. All these things, but those are realities and excuses at the same time. But I can keep going. I can push through. I can still show up, even if it's not ideal. And so if that's the only thing that we take out of today, then that's what we need to hear and feel, right? And so that's the beautiful thing. It's not ideal, but we're still doing it. We have the power to make that choice. It's not ideal, but I'm still going to do it. And on the other side of it, it's going to look and feel really great. Let me know if there's something that pops up for you. This is a two-way conversation. Just because I'm on the screen does not mean that, like, I'm the only one in this just beautiful momentum of conversating. Jump in and let me know. Is there something that you have been battling? If you feel comfortable, right? This is a comfy, safe space. Is there something that you've been battling? And you don't have to share, but maybe this is just a hypothetical, or not hypothetical, rhetorical question for yourself to kind of think through. You don't have to answer back to me. That you've been kind of coming up against, that like you're kind of going, oh, okay, well, this is reality, but my excuse is making it be something that it's not necessarily is. It's not exactly as it so seems. And so whatever that is for you, and if you feel like sharing, there's always a delay. So if I see something pop up, I'll jump in. What is that for you? How can you decipher the reality and the excuse and figure out how you're going to make that work in your favor, right? Even last night I was driving and I was talking to my mom on my way, and she was like, are you sure, like, driving out, you have a 30-minute drive to this, and it's late at night and it's really cold and and it was like really easy for like this downward spiral to happen. I had just gotten in the car. I could have easily just been like, you know what, I'm not gonna go. You're right. Maybe it is just silly pants for me to go to the dance class right now. But it was like, no, why am I gonna let, right? I'm not gonna let everything else dictate what I want out of this. I'm not. I'm done. I've done that for a lot of years, and probably will still, right, come up against times when I am defeated and I don't win. 100%, that's going to happen. We don't ever have it all together. We don't ever always have it, going the way we want it, even at their most valiant times and efforts and tries. We're not going to always succeed. But last night I was like, no. And I said to her, I'm not going to let the fear of, driving in the cold and, all this stuff win right now. Like, I am dedicated. I am in the zone right now. I am feeling changes in my body. I am feeling changes in my energy. I'm feeling changes in my confidence, all of the things. Why would I let something like driving in the cold or driving at night or being a little bit late or whatever win when I am currently feeling the wins of where I want to go? So what is that for you? I pose that to you, and I use that example to hopefully get your gears going. And what is it for you that's happening, right? And remember that if it's in you and it feels important enough to keep thinking about, whether it's a goal, whether it's a shift, whether it's something you need to say yes to, no to, all the things, if it's in you enough that your mind keeps going to it, you keep thinking about it, you keep wanting to mull it over, you keep, right, giving it some sort of energy. Why are you letting it just stay on the back burner? I'm just going to ask you that. Why are you letting it stay on the back burner? Why are you allowing it to shapeshift into something that it doesn't need to be? I'm in like my tough love era, I feel like, currently. Even with some of my clients, I had somebody reach out for a photo session and I love them dearly. And they were like, if I don't put a deposit down, I'm going to keep pushing this off, but I need to and want to do this for a myriad of reasons. And so I had to kind of be that kind of like nudger and say, you've told me multiple times, this is for you. This is what you need. This is getting you to a goal. This is getting you all these things, right? On paper, we could like line them up. But what's the most important is that you hold yourself accountable and you like do the action. And so I was waiting. I sent the link and I'm like, okay, are they going to do it? Am I going to need a nudge? Am I going to need to say, hey girl, you told me to hold you accountable. So here we go. And all of a sudden, like 2 days later, I saw the link like activate and all the things. And I'm like, yes, they said yes to themselves. It takes 10 seconds to do some of these things to like show our bodies, our minds that we're doing it. So if it's floating around and we continue putting energy to it, how exhausting is it to continue just thinking about it, feeling the energy or surrounding it, whether it's good, bad, or kind of in between because we're self-sabotaging or we're unsure. How exhausting is that? I'm going to ask you that. For me, it's very exhausting. And I have had moments and times when it's just this thing and it keeps just swirling and whirling and twirling and all the things in my mind. And then I'm like exhausted because I'm like, oh yeah, maybe tomorrow. Oh, you know what? Next month. Oh, nope. You know what? Maybe that's not for me. I'm a little bit scared, right? And it's so exhausting to keep having those conversations with yourself or just those thoughts that are just, And we have the power. Going back to the title of this freaking live, we have the power to make that stop, to stop feeling exhausted by it, to continue on a path that feels better. It's not going to feel perfect or look exactly so, but it is going to be something. It's going to shape-shift if we allow it. So what can you do today with whatever it is that's coming up for you that you know is kind of maybe siphoning your energy? Can you do today? What simple thing? It doesn't have to be monumental. Literally. I think in my podcast that dropped on the 13th, I believe, I talked about non-monumental things, like being the success that we need sometimes. Just little tiny things. And so what can it be for you? I'm going to leave you with that. I want to keep this short and sweet. And even if you are on the replay, feel free to jump in the comments and let me know thoughts that come up for you or something that you're working on. If you want me to hold you accountable, or maybe you're like, I don't want that. She's going to check in. But maybe you need it. I don't know. I will send you a DM or an email or whatever way you want me to check in. I will do it. But what is the one thing that you can do for that thing that's swirling, whirling, twirling? What is it? Phone call, an email, getting a list together, doing a live on your Instagram. I don't know. That possibilities are endless. Taking that first WALK. I don't want her to stop barking again. Signing up for that class. What is it? What is it for you? Let's see. Make sure. Jan, I'm emailing you right now. Oh, yay. I look forward to seeing it. So I leave you with that. What is the one freaking smallest or biggest? Go big or go home if you want to. I'm just saying, make it attainable, make it realistic, and do it. The synergy, the forward motion is sometimes all that we need. It's like sledding, It's like when we go sledding, we're at the top of the hill that's like a little flat at top. It's like we're never going to go anywhere unless we just get the nose of that sled or the edge of the whatever we're sitting on or the weight of our body to just tip it. So what is your tip? What's it going to be? And let me know. Feel free. I say this all the time. I say this on lives. I say it in my stories. I say it on my podcast. Reach out and let me know what you're working on. Send me a DM. Your secret and your thoughts are always safe with me. I will hold them, honor them, keep them safe. But what I will do is send you something back and encourage you in whatever way you need. That's what I'm here for. So this space, this world that I have within my little social community is for. So let me know. Don't be shy. I literally mean it when I say it. It's never bothering me. In fact, I have some of the best conversations in my DMs, like literally things that make me tear up, things that make me laugh out loud, things that just are beautiful. So join in. Let's do it. I love you all so, so much. I've got another episode of the podcast coming out live. So the audio version and the YouTube version will be out on the 23rd, which is Sunday. If you're just popping on now, I am wrapping up, but this will be on my feed so you can jump in and listen after the fact. I would love for you to jump in the comments and let me know what you're thinking, what you're feeling, how you're doing. And yes, thank you all for all the love and just beauty that you help make this community be. I'm forever grateful and just feel so blessed. So blessed to have you all. Have a beautiful day. Do your one thing. Let's go.